Okay, can I? Okay, before starting the session, I just want to ensure all our cognitions are aligned with our senses. Okay, a small riddle for everybody. Everybody's here. Can I start a small riddle?
Yes, we are here.
Yes. Okay. In a room, there is a mirror, and there is a cat, and there is a candle. Once the light is off, the cat is disappeared. What happened? In a room, there is a candle, mirror, and the light. Okay. Once candle, mirror, and the cat. Once the candle is blown off, cat disappeared. How it is possible? Please reply, everybody.
The cat has seen the another figure in the mirror, so that it has gone.
Yes, great. Image in the mirror disappeared. Yes. So we are all, our cognitions are aligned. And let's start the session. And there is one, just one more question before entering into the topic. Okay. There is a situation that a boy pushing the father in the wheelchair. Okay. The situation is the boy pushing the father in the wheelchair. Over a period of time, the boy grown and the father is walked. What happened here? What is changed here? The question is, what is changed here? The boy pushing the father in the wheelchair. Over a period of time, boy is grown, the father is walked. What changed here? Boy became the father? No. Position? No. Boy became father? No. No, it is related to our topic, dear friends. Fast. I think everybody, because actually I was given only 30 minutes only. At 8 o'clock, we have another session, I think. We need to be in a rush. Yes, perception. Somebody got it? It's actually perception is changed. We always believe that a boy pushing means the father is old and is permanently disabled, right? Okay, it is the perception that changed. Okay, thank you so much. And I think everybody is having, actually we can say, aware and conscious and cognitions are alive. Let's dive into the topic. Okay, the reason, dear friends, today the topic we picked is the common sense versus the psychology. Okay, why I picked the common sense is, why I picked the topic is, all the psychologists who are all practiced, at some point of time we face the criticism that, okay, I will just tell some points. Okay, you just say yes or no in the chat box. Okay, keep your hands on the keyboard. People generally says that psychology is just common sense. I request everybody turn off your videos so that it will be easy for me. Okay, the internet connection will be easy. Okay, turn off all your videos. Just your chat box is on. That's it. True, sir, right? Okay, people says that psychology is just common sense. Okay, next. Come on, next question. You don't need a degree to understand people. This is what people say to a psychologist. Yes, no? Yes or no? Wow, a lot of people are saying yes. I think all the 90 participants should hit the chat box with your replies. Okay. 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 Just reply yes or no. Okay. Then people says that I have handled more worst situations than a therapist. People says that. Yes, no? You might have heard these things, right? Okay. One person says no. Okay. There are some people who comes to psychologist and says that, "Arey yaar, these theories don't work in real life. Don't play psychology with me." This is what you listen. Yes. Come on. Perfect. Okay. Then people says that psychologist always labels people. Correct, no? Yes. Okay, two more questions. Okay. Why I need to pay? It is just a talk, no? I'm just talking to you. Why should I pay this much? This is what people say. Okay. Okay. Last question. Okay. Mental illness is just an excuse for bad behavior. This is what people says. Generally says. Maybe. Okay. Is it correct? No. Sometimes. Yes. Dear friends, these are all the questions that a person generally we hear from the society. Correct, right? So we are all some point of time from people, we hear all these talks, right? Sometimes even though we feel that, Arey, yaar, we studied for so much, we studied so much, we attended so many cases, and people giving these comments actually makes us feel some little bit bad, right? Little bit sad, right? Some point of time. I'm not saying always. Okay. This session is just to give you some tool or some understanding that we feel that we are far more beyond the common sense. The psychology evolved far more beyond the common sense. Okay. Can we dive into the topic? Everybody's ready? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. I want to tell there are some worldwide research has happened where our great psychologist has proved there are many myths related to the common sense. People thinks that common sense always works and it is superior than psychology sometimes. Okay. But clinically, there are some research happened worldwide. We are going to discuss some 5 to 6 that clinical researches or some researches happened in the psychology, which actually proved it. Okay. First thing, okay. If there are, come on, keep your hands on the keyboard. The common sense says that if there are more people around the person who is being attacked, some people will help, right? Yes or no? Type it. The common sense says that if there are more people around the person being attacked, but somebody will help, right? Yes. Dear friends, but the bystander effect, this is a case happened in the New York, research happened in the New York. The bystander effect says that people generally, if there are more people, the the need to involve to stop the crime actually diffuses. Okay. There is a less intervention happens. This is what bystander effect proved. Okay. When more people are present, the individuals feel that less personal responsibility. This is what research proven. Exactly. So people feel less personal responsibility because there are more people. But common sense says that if there are more people, somebody comes and help. Got it? Everybody understood this? Can we go to the next point? Yes. There is another common sense says that good people will always do good things, right? People are asking why. Actually, I told the bystander effect, it's proved. Actually, people in that research, people feel that, yeah, he will help, that person will help. There are more people. Why should I involve? That is the question arised in their intuitions. Okay. Okay. There is another common sense says that good people will always do good things. This generally it makes sense, right? I'm not talking about generally it makes. Yes. Okay. But there is a famous experiment called Stanford Prison Experiment. It proved that under the influence of authority, even good people will harm the other people. The research says that 65% people who thought they are good, under the influence of the authority, they committed crime on the other good people. Here, the power of roles, environment, and authority shapes the behavior. Here, the common sense says that good people will do always good things. Okay. Next. There is okay. In industrial psychology, there is a people said that common sense. There is a one owner of the factory told that actually the workers are working in the nights. Okay, we need to provide more light so that the productivity will increases. It makes sense, right? Generally, if they have the more light and they could see the things very good and they have a more productivity. I think people are saying that sample may be wrong. Generally, this is the case. It gave an origin of thought that there are many factors influences. Okay. Yes. Improving the lightning increases the productivity. We call it as Hawthorne effect. Okay. But the industrial psychologists, when they did a research, okay, and they told that even though they have a dim light, if there is a motivation in the workers or workers' productivity increased when lightning was dimmed also. Okay, what happens is when there is a more light, workers felt that insecure. They thought that they are being watched. This makes sense, right? The industrial psychologists, when they did a research and a survey, they gave objections that when there is a more light, they have a feeling that they are being watched. Okay, what is the okay? And the last one more assumptions. 800 lumens is good. Okay, and the last statement that there is a more choices, we will take a better decision, right? Generally, common sense says that we have more choices, we can choose the better one, right? Somebody is talking. I didn't. Dear friends, can you just type? The people says that we have a more choices, we can take better decisions. This is generally okay. It is the principle in the industrial psychology. What happens? Yeah, people says that no. As a psychologist, we say no. But when they did a research, yes, okay, too much choices generally cause decision paralysis. People feel anxious. Yeah, more chances, more confusion. Okay, too much choice causes decision paralysis. Generally, these are the researches or surveys that people did to prove that there is something beyond the common sense. Okay, these are the things researchers carried out by some psychologists who are with the background of industrial psychology or educational psychology or behavioral economics, some into that. Okay, so and there is one famous. Have everybody read that placebo effect? Yes or no? Placebo effect, everybody knows. Dear friends, placebo effect. Yes, 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 yes. But there is a myth. There is a common sense there that yeah, medicine works. Medicine only works. Only actual medicine works, right? This is a myth. This is a common sense. Only actual medicine works. But the placebo effect says that even the sugar pills with added belief, with symptom beliefs, will cure majority of the symptoms. It's proved, right? Placebo effect is where many of the psychologists use it, clinical psychologists or psychologists in the hospital. When we have a client, we will use placebo effect. Correct, right? Common sense that only actual medicine works. But even the psychologist says that there is something beyond the medicines, that belief is also plays a role. Even sugar feels coated with the symptom beliefs, with the confidence of the other therapist, they will work. Okay, dear friends, why this all I am discussing that is to arrive at the point that when we hear that such a criticism, we all need to think that there is something more than the common sense. Got it? Yes. Now, as a person, Taylor Research Industries, that's really great. Okay, dear friends, who are all the people here working with the children? Just type me yes. Who all works with the children? Yes. People with children, just okay, Sridevi, Lahari, Lakshmi Alagada, you all with the people. Okay, who are the people who work here with the adults only, the couples and families? Who works with the couples and families? Wow, there are many people. Finally, who works? Anybody works here with the geriatry old people? Anybody here works with the geriatry or people deal with the people with the old age? Satya says yes. Anita says yes. Dr. Sridhar says yes. There is a great response. Okay. Dear children, first we deal with the child psychology, where there is a difference between the common sense and the psychology. And I want to tell you a small incident. Okay. There is a primary classroom, dear friends, where it's a class 3 grade. Okay. There was some 7-year-old boy who keep on shouting, throwing the things and arguing with the teachers. Okay, this is the situation. She shout, he throws things, he's arguing with the teachers. But one day during a math period, what happened is he suddenly stand up and yelled up and making some screaming. Got it? He says that I don't want it. He just move out of the class. The math teacher came and he's hold his hand and says that, dear boy, if you don't want to listen the class, just sit quietly. Don't disturb others. Then what happened that, what will happen? Give a guess. The math teacher told that he hold the hand, dear boy, if you like the class, don't disturb the other persons, stay quiet. You are not interested, you just sit at the corner. This is the incident. Okay, what you say on this incident? Please type fast. He will cry, he will be more prone to disturb. But what happened is, the child went and sit at the corner. What happened is, the math teacher felt that common sense solution worked. He is not interested, he is disturbing the class. Don't you do what you want to, you just sit at the corner of the class. What happened is, other teachers just felt that everyone praised the math teacher that common sense worked. This is just an example. Who won the game here now at present? Common sense won the game, right? This is just an incident. I am not generalizing. Both the teacher won the game. Separation anxiety. Yes. Here the teacher won. That means the common sense. He did common sense that the boy is not interested. He don't like the class. He don't understand the class. He don't disturb. Sit at the corner. Okay. What happened is, he is not forced, but he stopped creating the scene and stayed the class. What happened? Something strange happened over a period of time. If this repeatedly happened 2 to 3 times, the child became silent. He stopped talking to anybody. He refused to try any new thing. He avoided some eye contact with any teacher. He showed some signs of fear. Okay? Other teachers thought that he is not angry anymore. He is just shut down. This makes sense, right? As per the teachers, dear friends, as per the teachers. This makes sense. Am I correct? Over a period of time, if this happened 2 to 3 times, the boy became silent. He stopped talking to anybody. He refused to try new things. He avoided eye contact with the teachers. He just showed signs of the fear. Okay? He is not angry anymore. He just shut down. Then a school psychologist stepped into the conversation. Then a school psychologist like us, he just asked the child, she just inquired. What is the first point school psychologist will ask? What is triggering the child, right? Correct? Instead of blaming, instead of commenting, instead of judging, the child, that first school psychologist says that what triggers him? Is the question, dear friends? Will you agree with me? Can we inquire in that way? What triggers him? Okay. She inquired, dear child, is anything happening at your home that disturbed you? She asked the next question. Yes, Mayuri said, what made you scream in the class? Perfect. You are free to type, dear friends. I'm reading all your comments, okay? She also asked, dear child, what happened at your home? Okay. And she got to know that her father is ill and there is some problem with the parents in the height. Every night they have a fight. And whenever he cries, there is something happening. There is a lot of history the school psychologist gathered. The psychologist used here, she thought that the child is under the trauma at the home. We need to use compassionate inquiry. We need to understand the child in the frame of the lens of the trauma. If he keep on punished with this kind of thing, he will just suppress himself. He will not grow in the academics. He will not engage in the classrooms. This is what she helped the child with the lens of using trauma-informed care, compassionate inquiry, and she slowly rebuilt the trust with that boy. Okay? What she thought that common sense says that just avoid the problem. Okay, let the rest of the class be good. But the school psychologist says that let's create a safe place, hear the child, hear his triggers, okay, and encourage the child so that he will learn, he will participate with this class. Dear friends, at the end, whether the school teacher, what school teacher did, it makes sense or not? A month later, when he built the confidence, when he understands the concepts, when he is heard, he raised a hand in the math class. He interacted with the math teacher. Okay. Here we digged about the environment. We digged about the inner world of the child. We digged with the environment. We digged the triggers. We solved them. Okay, can we say that this approach is makes sense or not? Please reply. What looked is bad behavior. Okay, what was looked is bad behavior. We psychology looked beyond deeper. Exactly, trauma is learning problem. Anything can be the reason. He may not be well that day. Exactly. These are all the reasons she inquired. Okay. The psychology looked deeper into the trauma, emotional needs, and psychology. All these, dear friends, all the pediatric psychology or the child psychology says that behavior is the expression. Behavior is always an expression of something going wrong. Okay, I got it. Dear friends, now I only have the next 15 minutes of time. Okay, I'm just diving into the common myths common criticism we face in the field of child psychology, adolescent psychology, and geriatric psychology and mental illness also. Okay, I will be telling some points which I noted from my experience, dear friends. Okay, next 15 minutes, I request all your attention and please be attentive by keeping hands on your keyboard. I see repeatedly few people, but I request all the people to be participative. Got it? Okay. Thank you. Now I'm getting into the regarding the tantrums. Okay. What common sense says that child is misbehaving and needs to be punished. Is it what common misconception, right? Correct or not? Yes or no? I'm just giving 5 seconds. Please fast. Tantrums in a child says that's a bad behavior. He's misbehaving. He's creating a drama. Correct, right? Yes. Perfect. Great. Next. Okay. But psychology says that tantrums are often a sign of frustration or unmet emotional needs. We all sees the tantrum is some emotion is not understood. Correct? So we need to teach emotion regulation to the child. Correct? That's great. Guys, next. Regarding bedwetting in the children. Bedwetting is common or not? Dear friends, please tell. Bedwetting in the younger children is common? Yes. Yes. But there are common sense says that people always blame the child, shout at him, criticize him, blame him, yell at him. He says that you are lazy to get out of the bed and go to urine in the bathroom in the night. That's why you are bedwetting. Lot of things the child face, right? But psychology says that bedwetting is caused by the developmental delays. If a child has an anxiety, he has a fear. It's not an intentional behavior. Okay. Next, if the child has a sibling rivalry is very common, right? Generally, the common sense with the parents says that, hey, they just learn to get along with that. He is seeking attention. He don't like his brother. That's why he is beating them. They always have a rivalry. They just need to learn to get along with each other. This is the things we hear, right? Okay. But the psychology says that sibling rivalry can stem from the jealousy or competition for attention. But we use Adler's theory. Okay, we use Adler's theory. Okay, we feel that the child requires guidance and conflict resolution skills. Sibling rivalry is seen as attention seeking in the point of parents, but psychology says that they require guidance and conflict resolution skills. Okay, and one final thing about the thing is, have you seen the children who has the fear of dark? Have you seen the children who generally fears of dark? Yes, but generally he will be blamed that you are being dramatic. You are just looking for my attention. That's why you want me to take into the room. Don't make drama. Okay, but developmental psychology, the psychology says that fear of the dark is authentically registered as a common developmental phase. Even if you see the CDC child list, the CBCL also, they register fear of dark under the common developmental phase. It is often linked to the imagination, and actually, see, younger children, they have the problem in differentiating between the fantasy and reality. They are in the phases, they cannot understand what is fantasy and reality. They believe that ghost is still there. It is a developmental phase, but it will be seen as a dramatic. Okay. And finally, aggressive behavior, hitting, throwing the things. Okay, this is the behavior. Common sense says that the child is violent and he should be punished. Right? This is what they says that, right? And as psychologist will teach they see the child, they will teach the child how to express feelings. When the child has difficulty expressing his feelings, he will generally get into the feeling. When he can't express verbally, he just get into the aggression. Aggression is a sign of frustration, actually, bottled up frustration. Okay, when we see in this way, where some people says that child don't want to go to school, he's just being lazy, he's doing dramatic, he don't want to grow. But there are some symptoms of separation anxiety. Child has some issues we need to address. So this is related to the child topics which I gathered from my experience. Will you all agree that there is a large disparity between the common sense misconceptions and the how psychology view the things, right? You all agree with me? Yes? Yes. Okay. Only 5 people replying yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. This is related to the child. But there is some certain sect of the people, dear friends, adolescents. These are the biggest problem. Even many people don't know how to handle it. You all agree with me? The adolescence is always a headache, especially to the teachers, to the parents as well. Perfect. Okay. I actually gathered some 4 or 5 things from my memory that from my experience. Mood swings, right? Generally, when we see a mood swings in the adolescent, we see that teenagers are just hormonal. They are overly dramatic, right? This is what we commonly hear. The people says it's a common sense. They have hormonal issues. Teenagers are just hormonal and overly dramatics. Okay. But mood swings, psychology says that when the child is expressing a lot of mood swings, psychology sees it as a under self-discovery. People, please read the concept of Erik Erikson's, okay, industry versus inferiority. They are in between the phases of industry versus inferiority and the identity versus the role confusion. When they are between these two phases, when the child is under the self-discovery process, he will get more mood swings in the adolescent phase. Got it? This is what discovered. You understood my point? Actually, am I making more confusion? Is my point is clear, dear friends? No. Okay. The thing is, when the children is showing, when adolescent is showing a lot of mood swings, we see it as a overly dramatic. Okay. But psychology has proved that when the children are in the phase of self-discovery, we all heard that Erik Erikson stages of psychosocial development. When they are in between the industry versus inferiority and with the identity versus the role confusion, they are in these between phases. They do a lot of mood swings. It should be seen as a healthy. They need guidance for the self-discovery. That's it. When you see a child with a lot of mood swings, adolescent with a lot of mood swings, yes, they are trying to figure out to fit in this world. They are self-discovering themselves. Please guide them. Another biggest thing is rebelliousness. You all agree with me that in adolescence, rebelliousness, it will be seen as he is just don't respect the authority. Got it? But rebellion, psychology sees that it is not, he's not disobeying the authority. Okay? They are in the process of exploring the identity. They want to assert whether I can make my independence in the world, whether I can be independent or not. Because before that phases, it was all dependent behavior over the parents. Child just want to take away the autonomy. He want to try to be independent. He is exploring the identity. It is a normal part of development. It will be seen as a rebellion. At the time, he don't know how to talk. He just need a emotion regulation and the guidance. Okay. Another biggest thing, they are testing our love and patience. Correct. Okay. Another thing is social media addiction. Will you all agree with me? In the adolescence, biggest problem is the social media addiction. Okay. Common sense says that, okay, even in my department of pediatric neurology, we have numerous cases related to the gadget addiction. But parents when they say the presenting complaints, their parents just say that, sir, he's just addicted to the phones. He don't care about or about us, about the real world. He's just addicted to the phone. They label the child. This is what common concerns which I see in the children. Okay, you also hear the same thing, right? But the research clearly proven, dear friends, please keep in the mind, there are three things the social psychology proven. Social media in teams, more time in the social media in teams, that it is a way to cope up social anxiety. The people who have more social anxiety, the time in the social media increases. When they have more peer pressure to conform in the peer groups, they see the social media so that they will be accepted in the peer groups to talk something he has seen in the social media, and they want to come out of the loneliness. Social anxiety, peer acceptance pressure, and loneliness. These are the three things social psychology gave prominent factors that contribute to the social media addictions. Will you agree with me? If you see, generally children are social anxiety, they have peer problems, peer acceptance problems, and they have the loneliness. Okay. Next, I think just only 10 minutes of time I was given. I will be getting into the geriatric cases, okay, which we commonly see. Okay, we see commonly memory loss. Memory loss, dear friends, in the old people, old age people, memory loss. The people says that, yeah, these old people, they are getting old. Forgetfulness is normal. This is what they say, right? Okay. Yeah, but psychology thinks this it is underlying sign of dementia, and also don't always confine to dementia or Alzheimer's. Okay, it is a sign of depression. Actually, first memory loss starts with the depression, then enter into the signs of dementia or Alzheimer's. Some sort of depression triggers the memory loss actually. Okay, don't dismiss that it is just aging. Okay, and they says that their fathers and mothers who are old aged, actually they say that lack of motivation to engage in activities. I told him many times, sir, he don't want to get out of the, he don't meet people. It's okay, he's became old, he just want to be in the room. Okay, but psychology sees, geriatric psychology sees that it is a lack of motivation, could be due to the physical health limitations, actually cognitive decline. They are experiencing the cognitive decline, which they cannot figure it out and cannot express to the other people, with a lot of factors, that being judged, being criticized, being losing the control, being overwhelmed. Okay. Yes, yes. Because when they experience something is going wrong within themselves, cognitive decline is happening, they will avoid the socialization, dear friends. When you get along some cases of old people, they say that he lost the motivation, he is not meeting people. You need to, first thing you should get is strike into the thing that is some cognitive decline is happening. You need to administer mini mental status examination, MMSE, mini mental status examination, which is freely available. Okay, it is not just laziness. Okay, and they also have the death anxiety also. Okay, these are all the things. Okay, I am finally, before getting into the my summary, I want to make some comments about the common mental illness: depression, anxiety. Okay, panic attacks. I want to talk, this is very common, right? Can I talk about that? Depression, anxiety, and panic attacks. People are with me, or am I just blabbering like a toddler who got the voice? So sorry if I'm running too fast. Actually, I got that message that we have to wind up by 8. Okay. Okay. Generally, dear friends, when we are depressed, and there are some people we see with the depression, common sense and misconception, that is everybody's feel sad sometimes. What is there in that? Why are you making big issue out of this? Okay. This is what they see, right? Okay. But depression is seen as a complex mental health condition, and you all need to understand that modern psychiatry and the psychology research decided, they say that, strongly says that depression is the onset of all complex mental illness conditions. It might be psychosis or it might be neurosis. They have some sort of depression or anxiety in there. That's why whenever you are dealing with any mental illness cases, you feel that there is some mental illness behind it, dear friends, please administer HAM-D and A, Hamilton scales for anxiety and depression. You can administer it, then you'll get an idea whether you confuses what is happening with me. I can't figure it out. When they say that lack of motivation, he is not showing interest, he is sad always, just administer HAM-A and HAM-D scales. It is easily available and freely available. You will come to know, okay, he is at the edge of the depression. Then you can go further inquiry with whether he has entered into the major depressive disorder or not. Okay, getting into the anxiety, dear friends, people says that overthinking, try relax, don't overthink, don't overcomplicate things, try to relax. This is what, dear friends, regarding the anxiety, this is what they say, right? You are just overthinking. Don't complicate the things, friends. Try to relax. This is what our friends says that for the anxiety, right? But psychology says, is also unexplained fear. Okay, why are you fearing a lot? This is what common sense says that. But psychology view anxiety as a physiological response and also a psychological response. When person feels anxious, we see palpitations, heartbeat rises, and small fearing, and there is a change in the way he talk, expression of ideas. This all we'll see that they don't bother about it. Okay, they are just seeing it as a overthinking. Got it? But there is one misconception about panic attacks, friends. Even everybody of us, all the 99 plus participants here, some point of time we heard panic attacks, right? We heard some panic attacks. Sometimes we also feel some panic attacks. Common sense says that it's just a dramatic response. See, when I'm saying this dramatic response, I am not creating on my own. These are all the parents, when parents come up with the presenting complaints in my case history, when I do admission in the hospital, ये बच्चे ड्रामेटिक कर रहा है सर, बहुत ड्रामा करता है सर, చాలా ఎక్కువ చేస్తాడు సార్, ఓవర్ యాక్షన్ చేస్తాడు సార్, ఏం భయం ఉండదు సార్, ఏం భయం ఉంటుంది సార్ ఆడికి, ఇలా మాట్లాడతారు. ఓకే, దే సే దట్ ఇస్ వెరీ డ్రామాటిక్ రెస్పాన్స్ టు స్ట్రెస్. They even beat it. Okay, but the panic attacks are sudden. Even the research says that the person experiences panic attacks, even he also don't know why he gets it. He also don't have control about when he gets it. Okay, it's just the brain's play, chemistry plays. It's real mental health issue. Got it? And I want to just give a one word statements about schizophrenia. We all know that schizophrenia. When I attend the schizophrenia, just today morning I attended one case with the schizophrenia, substance induced schizophrenia. A person who addicted to cannabis, ganja or weed, okay, they get psychosis. We call it a substance induced psychosis. Parents didn't understand it. They say that he's just pretending he's hearing things, sir. He's making up things. He's doing drama in the home. He's just finding excuses not to come out of the room. He's saying that somebody is talking to me, sir. There is no one in the room. This is what parents says that. It's a common sense. When I try to psychoeducate, they are initially it's a denial actually. Okay, but schizophrenia is reality. There is a split between reality and consciousness. Okay, regarding the OCD, we all know that, right? OCD. Our friends also blames that when seeing a OCD person, they say he is want to be just a perfectionist. He's over cleaning. I don't know why he clean hundreds of times. What is there to clean? But psychology says that OCD is error with the feedback loop in the brain mechanism. It is clearly stated. There is a CEO. Our brain has one CEO. Okay, we call it as dorsal and prefrontal cortex. Dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. Actually, it is behind the two eyes. There is a feedback loop. There is an error with the feedback loop. That's why they get OCD. The person who have affected with the OCD, he don't have the control about the feedback loop. His feedback loop says that, even though his hand says that, his feedback loop in the brain says that, hey, it is still untidy. You wash it again. When he washes again, brain says that it is still untidy. So that's why he engages into the repetitive cleaning. Okay. So these are all just, if they have personality problem, people says that Hey, they are very difficult people. They don't care about others. Such attitude person. But psychology sees that there is some personality problem. Okay, dear friends, my attempt is just to make that the clinical cases, the cases are some cases which I see in my most common encounters. This is what I hear from the parents. When I psychoeducate them, this is what I see. Will you all agree with me? There is a large disparity between the common sense misconceptions and the psychology application. You all agree? Absolutely. Thank you. This is the biggest thing you can give to me. Okay. I want to hear from everybody whether you are there with me. Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
want to end before getting into one. I want to tell one beautiful story. Okay. Before that, I want to tell one beautiful metaphor, saying that common sense is like planting a seed in the ground. Okay. Your common sense says that it will definitely grow because you have seen it before. It happened it before. It is based on simple and clear facts. Correct, no? It is what common sense says that. But psychology sees the inner world of the budding plant, which it requires, what are the conditions that it requires to grow matter a lot. Okay? The psychology looks at the environment, the nutrient, the water supply, the light. It helps us understand the deep factors influence the growth, which we cannot perceive with the naked eye, which requires a deeper reflection. Okay? And common sense is like a tip of the iceberg. Okay? Psychology is beneath the iceberg. Got it? Yeah, we'll fruit tomorrow. That's nice comment I hear. Okay, I think I am done with my lecture, bombarding lecture, but I want to end this session before talking to you. I want to tell one beautiful story. You all want to hear one beautiful story, which will actually help you in your clinical practice, which actually I tell to all my patients. Okay. Yes. Can I? Yes. Okay. Okay. The story is, it was written by Vanny Dyer. He is America's most influential figure because I love this story, which I use everywhere. It is the story of two babies talking in the womb. It is the story of two babies talking in the mother womb. Okay. One baby says that to other baby. Okay. One baby in the womb says that, do you believe life after womb? The one baby says that, do you believe life after womb? The other baby in the womb says that, of course, yes, this is all we are here. We are developing our hands, we are developing our legs, we are developing our ears, okay? And there is something waiting for us, okay? Something beyond this is waiting for us. The another baby in the womb says that that's nonsense. There is nothing outside. There is nothing outside us. It says that don't be silly. Okay. We have everything in the womb only. Okay. We have everything what we need right here. The world is simply, this is our world. The womb is our world. Okay. The other womb in the other baby in the womb says that, but sometimes maybe it is the things we can't see, the biggest difference. I think there is something beyond the womb. Maybe we are developing here. That's why we are developing here. Once we go out, maybe we can use our hands like that. The other baby in the womb says that, stop your nonsense. It's ridiculous. There is no life after the womb. Okay, if you says there is a life after the womb, tell me what we are going to do after the womb. The other baby in the womb says that maybe we can use our hands, we can play with our legs, maybe we can see more light than this in the womb, and maybe we can say that we can use our mouth, we can see with your eyes. There is something beyond this one. There is another baby in the womb says that, okay, you are mad got heights. Okay, stop talking all these things. Why we eat? Okay, we have umbilical cord. We all have umbilical cord in the right. Umbilical cord supplies the oxygen, supplies the food. I am telling, once we get out of the womb, we will die. Okay, Then baby says that maybe we don't die. There is some other person in the outside the womb
Defense
will care for
ఆడాలన్నాడు.
us. Maybe it is our mother who takes care of us. Maybe we may meet our mother. The other baby in the womb says that, I think you got mad. Stop talking. Where is mother? If she is there, why she didn't talk to us now? Other baby in the womb says that, please calm down. I think we are hearing her heartbeat. Maybe she is talking to us. She is waiting for our arrival. So all this nonsense conversation goes on between these two baby in the womb. Once the contraction starts, the one baby says that pain started, we are all going to die. What happened? Once the babies are delivered, two babies came out, they saw the light. The one baby in the womb who contradicted with the answers to the other baby, hold the hand of the other baby, says that, you are right. Can you please be with me? Offer some comfort. Can you tell more about that? You are right. We have a beautiful mother waiting about us and all. This story goes like that. The first baby is common sense. Second baby is the psychologist who believed hope, who believed trust, who believed something. Another baby is the common sense. Okay. So you can use this beautiful story. Okay. You can use this. You can type in the internet the story of two babies in the womb. I think when I say that yesterday, actually, I told the same story to my sister children, and he hugged me and kissed me. Okay, you can all tell to this your beautiful children, when they fear about something, you tell this story. You put their fear with the one baby, and you put your views with the another baby. Got it? So I think today, I justified to the concept. I'm really happy to meet you all, dear friends. And I personally thank you so much for the APA for giving me this opportunity. And they are the very good and beautiful minds, beautiful hearts. I don't say beautiful hearts and all, because they are beyond that hearts. They are very beautiful minds. Okay. They are all with me. I think they give good opportunity for me to tell what I know. Okay. And it's not my greatness to tell. It is always the listener is great. Okay. I always believe you are great. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me for this 1 hour. Thank you so much for your time. And I would like to read the comments. I think, yeah, mutual learning, very grateful for. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind comments. Okay. And we could discuss about these topics much more when we have good workshops, when we get more time. Okay. And anybody from the APA, please take over. And thank you again. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. The way you started from a perception to again common sense and psychology, I wrote lot of things. But when I heard the story and the baby hold the hand, it was really touched. And the baby who really gave the hope is you, sir. And today we are like I have a privilege to be another baby. Thank you for giving that ray of hope. And I always love the psychology, but today again I fall for the psychology because of your sessions.
Yeah, this is just an attempt to make them feel great about our psychology field. That's it.
Because you hold our hand like other baby, and now you made us to enter into the real world of common sense versus psychology. Thank you so much for your insightful, and really the story touched a lot. I still remember the day when I attended your therapy through storytelling. Thank
Okay. Yeah. I think
Finally,
many of our friends has attended.
before you never shared.
I think I request one thing that our Krishna Bharat garu posted one Google form. I think it will help them to conduct these programs better. Okay. I think if you fill the form, I feel that it's a token of thanks to me. You're giving some token to me. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel thank you. I think, can I take the leave, or if is something?
Thank you, sir. Once again, thank you so much. You never disappoint anybody whenever you are on the screen or on your and are behind the mic. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Signing off. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Once again on the psychology savvy tax. It's a great starting. Thank you, Gangadhar sir, for once again for the